Hi, my name's Emily. I've just finished my second year of 4 on a BA German degree at Reading, and I'm going to talk a bit about clearing and my experience with it. I think there's a lot of stigma around clearing, that it's a negative thing. Obviously it's quite an emotional time. You didn't get your grades to get into your firm choice, you've got a high hope set on this firm choice, but I'm here to dispel those myths and to show that I've had such a positive experience from clearing. So when I was applying to uni and I've put my firm choice university, I didn't really expect to go through clearing. It wasn't really a thought that came into my head. So I was really lucky in the fact that I'd visited Reading University for an open day and a visit day previous to applying for university. So the reason I didn't put them as my first choice was that I live in the East Midlands and Reading is in the south, so it's quite far away from me, and the other universities I applied for were Midlands-based universities. I absolutely loved it otherwise. So you may find that there's something similar like that. That would be a great one to consider for your clearing option. So when I went through clearing, I was obviously very emotional on the day. I'd found out on UCAS, I'd logged on a very early morning as soon as it showed whether you'd got into your first choice or not, and I found that it said you hadn't got into your firm, you hadn't got into your insurance, and I hadn't received my grades yet, so obviously I knew that I hadn't even got the grades to get into my insurance choice. So I was obviously very emotional and had a lot of support from my family. When I went into my college to get my A-level results, my A-level German teacher was fantastic, and she walked me into the college and helped me collect my results and gave me loads of great advice on clearing. So one of the best pieces of advice that was to ring up my firm choice and my insurance choice just to kind of check it over. They might have had a year where they have more places than they thought they did, but it's obviously a bit unlikely if they've not accepted you on UCAS, and you can find those hotlines if you just Google the university with clearing on the end, and it will come up with the hotlines. The next best choice is to have a list of universities that you would like to go through clearing with. If you've not done this already and you're on clearing now and you're watching this video and panicking, that's absolutely fine. You've got some time. Have a look, search your course code in UCAS, see which universities come up, have a look which ones fit your grades. I got into Reading who had higher grades than I got at A-level, but that year they had more spaces, so they were able to let me in. This doesn't always happen and you've got to be careful with that, but don't rule out universities that are slightly a bit higher than your grades. It's worth calling them up anyway. So when I called Reading on the phone, that was my third call after my firm and insurance choice, and I had a super helpful team who asked me about my grades and the course I was wanting to do, and then they offered me the place at Reading, and I was so happy and over the moon and instantly wanted to go there, but I just looked at some backup choices as well just in case. Obviously I didn't want to rush into any decisions. And then they offered for me to come on a clearing open day, which I think was on that day or the day after, or so around that week. I didn't actually go on it myself, but they offer you talk to the department and you can check out accommodation, so it's really useful to go to. I only didn't go purely because I knew I wanted to go to Reading on the day. Once I was at Reading, I instantly felt welcomed, and I didn't really feel any different to a student who wasn't from clearing. And in fact there was a lot of other people that I met from clearing who were in my accommodation or in my course, so it was an amazing experience to suddenly feel welcomed into my new university, and I just feel a real part of the community at Reading. It's such a friendly university. So when I was looking, I made a pros and cons list of each university that I was going through clearing with. I eventually had 5 or 6. Clearing is an easy process, it's not difficult, it's not scary. You've done amazingly well to do your A-levels, to go to university. If you decide university is not for you, that's amazing too. That was the best thing I could have ever done. I've absolutely loved my time at Reading so far. I'm really pleased with the academic work that I've got there and the extracurricular things that I've done, which I think personally going through clearing gave me that incentive to work and do extra work and do everything that was available to me, because I thought, do you know what, you've got to make the most of being at this university. But that is the main message, is that university is what you make of it, and if you put yourself out there and join societies, you're going to have the best time. I wish you all the best of luck, and if you've got any questions, anything that needs answering, please go to the Talk to a Student website at Reading University, where you can talk to one of us students and ask us any questions, especially on clearing. We'll be available to talk to, so please make the most of that.